you were the one who was, if I'm not mistaken, you chatted with Tiger Woods on live television on CBS at the Genesis Invitational here in Los Angeles on February 22nd, 2021. The next day is when Tiger had his car accident, and now here we are on April 5th, you and I talking, and Tiger Woods has appeared at the Masters, has gone through several practice rounds. He said today, as of right now, looks like I'm playing. I'd just give it to you to put this in perspective, Jim Nantz.
Well, you can imagine the whole world is on watch here. We've got bad weather today. I'm not sure how much he would have been out there anyway. The course is shut down. There's even tornado warnings in some of the neighboring counties, and it's coming down hard. But that's fine. This was not something he was going to be out today marching around. If he was going to do anything, he might have played 9 holes like he did yesterday. But, yes, I had that sit-down in the tower live at Riviera. He was supposed to be there for like 15 minutes. He stayed for 45 or 50. And then a few weeks ago, I went down to Florida, spend some time with him, and tape an interview that'll air this weekend at 1 o'clock Eastern. Tiger Woods, the win for the ages 25 years later. It's an hour that leads into the live final round broadcast. And I think it's fair to say, because, listen, I've known him since he was 16. You're going to see a side of Tiger you've never seen before in that hour. And he's got an air of nostalgia, and he's very open-hearted about that week. And he was just outstanding and gracious, and I loved that time with him. And, again, I was down in Jupiter. This was after the Genesis, and I got no indication that what's about to unfold here was in the offing. I did not get the sense that he was going to play here.
How about that at all, huh? Yeah. And I mean, honestly, Jim, the last couple of days I'm seeing the photographs of his practice rounds. I had to make sure that these weren't just photographs from the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years, because he looks the same. The swing's the same. The patrons, the gallery it's the same. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. What would even I can't even compare what it would be like if he's wearing red on Sunday, and you and Sir Nick Faldo are calling a possibility of this happening. Because he said today on your flight in, I'm sure you saw the soundbite, do you think you can win it? He said, I do. And didn't blink.
I was here, like I said, I saw it. He was asked about that he only ever competes if he thinks he can win, and he says, I think I can. And it was interesting. He did say this. It's my concern's not about hitting the ball. I'm hitting the ball fine. It's about the walking. And it's a very hilly course, an extremely hilly. And you hit a lot of shots off of side hill lies. So it's going to be about the wear and tear and what the powers of recovery are going to be after you play one round and you go into the next. And, of course, it builds. And there's no rest when you're going 18 holes and you're hitting balls to warm up. But it's the walking. It's interesting. He had talked back at Genesis, and that was in mid-February, that he didn't have the power to hit it out there with today's guys. He says, I'm like a weekend warrior, I think is how he described it on our air. And today, though, he said, hitting the ball is not my concern. And he played with my man Freddie yesterday and Justin Thomas. And Fred said that Tiger, his length, he says Justin is not the longest guy in golf, but he's one of the longest. And he said he's out there hitting it at the same distance as Justin on every hole. So it's not. So he's got. Listen, the day I saw him, we delayed when we were going to meet until 11 o'clock because he had a workout. And when I saw him, for the first time that day, I said, man, how you doing? And he said he had been up since, I guess, 6, and he said he'd gone after it hard for 4 hours. And, they cleaned up and got dressed for the interview. But when I saw him, I said, well, what, how fun was that? He said, not at all. None. The point is, take me, for example, man, I need to be working out for 4 hours in in over the span of 2 weeks. You know, he's doing this every day. He's doing 4 or 5 hours, and he hates it. I hate it for 20 minutes, okay? And he hates it for 4 hours. But this guy is he's just different. I mean, he is this hunger to be great. There's just no one like him. And I listen, he's not coming out here to shoot 100. You know, he's not going to come out here and do anything crazy. I had a couple of people say to me in New Orleans, geez, you think he'll break 75? I said, yeah, sure I do. It's Tiger Woods. So, you know, he's not going to come out here and shoot 1 million. It's just not possible.
Well,
so I'm excited. I know he's going to take all the attention off everybody else in the field. Now, he's got one advantage, Rich, and that is he's not playing with people having high expectations. So, you know, like if he makes the cut, people are going to look at this as a monumental achievement, and it is. Tiger's going to look at it like, again, I'm here to win it. But meantime, I'm watching all the press conferences today that are going on in the clubhouse. And, folks, we have Justin Thomas with us. Justin, thanks for joining us. Okay, first question. Doug Ferguson. Yeah, Justin, good to see you. What about Tiger? You know, like nobody gets asked anything about themselves. You know, bring in anybody. John Rahm's here. World number one. John, great to see you. Can you believe Tiger's playing this week? And you know, like, they love this. Unless they win the tournament, they're not talking about them. They won't love that.
right.
But I think it frees up a lot of people weirdly. I think it gives them a chance to go out and be under the radar. Maybe Rory McIlroy more than anyone. Put that one under your hat and think about that for a minute. He could come in here with all of this. I mean, because Tiger, he's not asking for it, but he has sucked the storyline all the way alone onto him. And meanwhile, you got McIlroy here with a chance at the career Grand Slam if he wins it. And it's been a burden for him to be asked about this for whatever it's been, the last 6-7 years since he's had a chance to come in here and get the last piece of the puzzle. Well, now he's coming in here and hey, he's not sitting down and people are asking about the Grand Slam. They're asking about Tiger. So I think it frees him up.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.